And when we left you guys, we were talking about the A-Rod injury, talking about the Mets possibly clearing house. We're going to switch gears a little bit and hop over into the world of soccer for a tad.
Wow. Soccer on Sport Zone?
With no Con. Shout out to Con. We haven't seen Con in the chat room in a while. K Butter. We haven't seen Mr. K Butter in the chat room in a while. But shout out to Sir Con, our soccer expert that we bring onto the show. But there was a big game in the States yesterday.
Yeah, baby.
Something that matters to not many people, but it's still a big game in the world of soccer.
It was a big game. At least Alexi Lalas thought it was a big game.
Yes, he did. Apparently, the effects of the game will improve Americans' opinions on soccer and the world's opinions on MLS soccer. That would be the American MLS. And me and Joey talked about this on the ride down, and we call bluff on that one. But let me tell you what we're talking about. Last night, the MLS All-Stars snapped a 3-game losing streak against Chelsea and beat Chelsea 3-2. They actually scored the game winner in extra time after the 90-minute mark. They were right at 90 minutes and like 32 seconds, and they only had a +1 extra minute. So it was actually the latest game-winning goal scored in All-Star game history, which I'm sorry that's not that surprising to me because I don't think they have that many All-Star games so far to record, right? I mean, how many have they done?
I would imagine 20 years.
If that,
I would imagine so.
Still, it's not that many years in comparison to how long they've been playing soccer. Yeah, right?
Got to start somewhere.
You got to set your records and that kind of stuff somewhere sooner or later, right? But, yeah, so, I mean, they played really well. David Beckham was a huge impact for the MLS All-Stars as well as Thierry Henry. The two guys that are not Americans were the biggest impact players on the MLS All-Star team, which that part was hysterical to me on its own. But then you also had the fact that, you know, you watched them play, and they actually played pretty well. We usually give them a excuse to lose this game because they don't get a lot of time to practice together. They don't really play with each other. Yeah, the MLS All-Stars.
Okay.
They don't get a lot of time to practice with each other. They don't get a lot of time to, you know, get in sync, I guess you would use as the phrase. But they actually played really well. Beckham, like I said, was a key cog. Landon Donovan helped set up Thierry Henry, who set up the first goal scored by the MLS All-Stars.
Thierry Henry!
Me personally, I love seeing Landon Donovan play and hold his own against the European players because he, to me, is the face of American men's soccer.
Yeah, bro, we're not going to see him much longer.
No, we're not. Man. He's got maybe this last World Cup coming, and
that's it.
That's it. If he makes the following World Cup, to me, it'll be more as a like an assistant coach type of role. Like
I was going to say a veteran role.
Yeah, like a player-coach role where he really doesn't go on the field. He just sort of helps, you know, talk players through things and that kind of stuff.
Definitely got to congratulate the MLS All-Stars, but I'm sorry. I don't really see it being a huge, big deal here in the States that the MLS All-Stars beat Team Chelsea. Now, it's not like the Red Bulls beat Chelsea.
Who are in first place, by the way.
Yeah, Red Bulls. Or the Philadelphia Union, who beat Chelsea. No. The best of our league beat Chelsea. So I'm not overly impressed. I understand that the MLS All-Stars do normally get their butts whooped. Maybe Chelsea felt bad because Man U normally brings it to the MLS All-Stars. But I'm not going to sit here in front. I'm not overly impressed, only because it's not, like I just said, it's not like you took the Red Bulls and played them against Chelsea, and it's a friendly. So I don't know how. I know you're being competitive, but let's be honest. It's a friendly. Chelsea, you're not really trying to get hurt. You're not really going balls to the walls per se.
Probably not. I mean, let's be honest.
The slide tackling isn't as intense. So, good job, MLS All-Stars.
They treat it like an All-Star game. Hey, let's be honest. That's the best way to put it. They treat it like an All-Star game.
But, you know what? I guess you got to start somewhere. You got to take something out of it, and we'll take a W.
I mean, look, I'd rather be sitting here with you talking about the MLS All-Stars winning than talking about them losing.
Because, let's be honest, if they lost, we'd probably already be on to the next one.
Oh, yeah. We'd be like, well, they suck. This is why American soccer won't take off, blah, 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 blah. But like Joey just pointed out, they're now 2-0 against Chelsea, but they're 0-2 against Manchester United. The 2 games that the MLS All-Stars has played against Manchester United, they've lost by a combined score of 9-2.
Man U is not fronting. They're like, yo, you want to bring a friendly? We got you. We're bringing our A squad.
Yeah, pretty much. And now let's be honest here. Chelsea had most of their main players were playing in the game last night.
Oh, that's good.
They didn't, half-ass their roster. They came out and played. And as far as I know, the Chelsea coach took the game pretty seriously. He didn't, go there and sub guys in and out like, you know what, you ran 20 minutes. Let's give you a break. We'll put one of our young guys out.
I'm glad they actually, kept their good players in. Now, switch things up a little bit. Going from MLS soccer to
soccer that we actually care about worldwide.
Olympics, baby. Yeah.
Once again, the Team USA women did their thing. Actually went down 2-0 in the first 15 minutes of the game, which is unbelievable to me. But
USA played France, by the way, in the women's bracket of the Olympics. Now, technically, did they start yesterday, the Olympics? Because is this a part of the Olympic action?
Technically, the Olympics started yesterday with the group stages of women's soccer. The group stages of women's soccer takes a little longer. It's not like basketball where you can have them play every other day. Let's be serious. These guys you're running for 90 straight minutes on a field twice the size of a basketball court. You're up and down nonstop. I think soccer's a little more grueling on the body, so you got to give them a little bit more of a gap in between games. Jeremy puts in the chat room that he really could care less about the Olympics, and we're not mad at him.
No, definitely not mad.
Jeremy, I think the Olympics are
overrated at this point.
They have moments where they're a lot of fun to watch, but it's the medal stuff.
I feel like it's cool for certain sports for the Olympics, but soccer, basketball, tennis, and there's some other.
I'm sorry, watching the swimming races.
No, swimming
are really, really cool, and these guys are all balls to the wall.
But that's because we don't get to see the top talent and all the races, the relays and things like that in the track and field. I think those are really cool too. But I kind of think the Olympics are overrated with some sports. I really do. Like basketball.
Perhaps the 10,000-meter run, where you watch women run for 45 minutes straight in one circle.
No,
that to me is a pointless race.
No, that's not pointless. I don't think that's pointless. But just like, I don't know. I was thinking like basketball's a little pointless just because we see it all the time, I guess. And they play each other. They play the best all the time. Swimming's really cool. Tennis though, like Nadal's not like tennis. You know who the best tennis player is. You don't need the Olympics to say, "Oh, you win the gold medal." Because you know what I mean.
That's actually a really good point. Because if you think about it. The best tennis players are seriously figured out in Wimbledon.
Yeah.
The French Open.
Things like that.
Those are where you find, that's where the best tennis competition is. No disrespect. Or like, to me, Olympic boxing is sort of, like, I don't know. There's something about boxing when there's a pad on your head that just sort of takes away from the glory of the sport. You don't get to see the guy's cheeks move when he gets hit. You don't see the... Like, I don't know. There's something about wearing the ridiculous amount of protective gear that they wear in Olympic boxing. But Olympic boxing is a point system.
Yeah.
It doesn't go by rounds and scorecards and that. It's a point system. You land clean shots, you get a point. You hit a dirty shot, you lose a point. It's a point system. So
it's different than what we're familiar with boxing.
Exactly. And what we're familiar with boxing is struggling enough. So I don't really fathom how Olympic boxing makes any sense. The next thing that they're actually bringing into the Olympics, my dad just told me the other day, is golf.
Oh, I heard that
They're
too.
going to make golf an Olympic sport, but I think you'd have the same argument that you have with tennis.
Like
the best golf players are figured out at British Open, US Open, the Masters.
That's where maybe some of the sports need to be taken out of the Olympics.
Well, every year the Olympic Committee gets together, or over the 4-year gap, they get together and they discuss what should stay, what should go.
I think that's Storm, says Anonymous.
Is it?
Anyway, my bad.
All right, keep going.
But yeah, I was just saying though, I could see why they have all those sports still in there, but I just think you don't need the Olympics to say, hey, congratulations, you got a gold medal. Because guess what? Rafael Nadal is still more than likely better than you.
Yeah,
There's like
right?
one other person in the world who could win a gold, and I could say, okay, Nadal's not better than him. And it would be the number one guy.
Yeah, I completely with you, but the women's soccer, to me, is one of the biggest things. I think there's more people in the U.S. that enjoy women's soccer than men's soccer, just for the simple fact that our women's soccer team is one of the best in the world. Our women's soccer team is a team that every year actually can compete.
Same with the women's basketball. Women's basketball dominates on every other country. Dominates.
Women's women's basketball. I don't think there's and you know what? It's hard to make these judgments in women's sports for the simple fact that women are not allowed to play sports in a lot of countries. They're just not allowed to. It's wrong that they play sports. They're meant to, and it is what it is. It's not up to us to tell those countries they're right or wrong, even though most people in this country would think it's wrong that you tell women they can't do what they want to do. But a lot of countries, women can't play sports.
A lot of countries, women can't do a lot of things.
Yeah, we're here, we push.
Well, now we got the, what is it, like Section 9 or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know what.
I don't know what
the law is, but I know what you're saying. But I mean, now you got women that try to play football. You have women that play basketball, women that play soccer, women that play hockey, women that play. Like, go out there and compete. I mean,
Title
it's
IX.
fun.
Thank you, Beasley. Title. I knew it was like something 9.
There you go.
Title IX.
I just think that the women's soccer is fun to watch because Ambi Wambach, it's my girl.
Abby.
Again, I did this with Joey on the ride down here. I said Ambi.
Bro,
Who is named Ambi? Does anybody out there know named Ambi?
Who's named Blue Ivy? All right? It happens. People get named ridiculous names. It is what it is. Abby Wambach. I'm all about Hope Solo.
Hope Solo. Abby Wambach's my girl. Think that woman is awesome. She plays the game with such passion, such heart. I'm such a huge fan of Wambach.
You
am.
like the Gatorade commercial.
I do. I can see it in her. Like, damn straight. Go crush that lady. Crush her. Put her under the cleat and right on the throat. Put her down. I love it. But Hope Solo too, big fan of her.
Nah.
She did cost the women a World Cup in, what was that?
Bro, are you for real right now?
Yeah, I'm throwing it at her.
She's a goalie.
I'm blaming her anyway.
It is not the goalie's fault when it comes to PKs, bro. The pressure is on the kicker because you know where you're putting the ball, and the goalie has no freaking clue.
And PKs are just such a crapshoot. I mean, let's be honest. But I think that, water polo, that's a game that's interesting to me to watch.
Yeah. Dude, do you know handball is an Olympic sport?
Handball? That's awesome.
Badass.
See, that's what I mean. Maybe Friday what we'll do is we'll run through some of the Olympic sports that we don't all know about.
No, that's cool. We can definitely do that.
And we'll make some judgments on it. I know you can go to the Olympics website right now, and they actually have a rule-by-rule breakdown of every sport. I'm like, oh, I'll read that. And I'm like, do I really want to know every single rule of all the sports? No. So archery is an Olympic sport. Me and Joey have an idea for archery.
And no, we actually have an idea about Sports Zone Olympics. We got to talk to Al Money about this, but we might put on an actual Sports Zone Olympic for you guys right here in studio, baby. Yeah!
Get some!
Come get it! Sports Zone style. Woo! And Beasley, tomorrow archery starts for the Olympics. Boom. And one last thing on soccer before we take a little break. I think it's pretty cool that the NFL goes to Europe for that once a game. They bring their sport, trying to bring it to Europe, trying to get Europe to get involved with it, trying to make
spread
the love, spread the NFL love. I love all these friendlies that they play up here in the States. We actually just had one, I think it was Liverpool and AS Roma. They played at
Yes.
Fenway. They played at Fenway Park where AS Roma beat Liverpool 2-1. But how about instead of playing these friendlies, they take an idea from the NFL and start bringing real matches over here to the States. I would love to see a Man U Chelsea game or Man U Man City type of game.
Like a game that matters.
A game that matters, bring it to the States.
Yeah, when they play for every league has their, own tournament where they play X amount of games to win as many points as they can and try to win their league cup. So why not bring one of those games over
Bring one of
here?
those games here.
Have one of the games that matter. I'm not saying your championship game. Let's be honest. That deserves to be for the home crowd.
Absolutely.
Not trying to say that.
Bring some type of game here.
And take one of the, or if it's not an English league, get Barcelona.
Wow.
Barcelona and Real Madrid over here, or
something.
Man U, Man City, or however I don't care what two teams you pick. Just make them good teams and give American fans.
I just want a competitive game and not an exhibition. I want a competitive game where the game matters, where you're going 100 miles an hour, balls to the walls all the time, instead of a friendly where you're not trying to hurt people and whatnot. It's a friendly.
Exactly. We want to see a legit game and not have to wake up at 7 a.m. on a Saturday and watch it on ESPN2, or wait till it's a friendly where half the star players only play 10 minutes of the game just so that their faces are seen. Bring over a legit soccer game with meaning. Like we and Joey were talking about, you can sell out any football arena in this country if you were going to bring over two teams like that to play a serious game. I guarantee it.
I don't even think it needs to be the level of Man U, Chelsea, Man U, Man City. If you just bring one of those teams against an opponent, it's going to sell out. I truly believe that. Here in America, we want to see the best. Bring us the best, we will support it. Oh,
no question. I know numerous people that are big fans of European soccer teams. Big fans. Do not miss a game of these teams. So if you bring the teams over here, charge a respectable price for a ticket.
Emphasis on the word respectable.
Yeah, it will sell out, and I will guarantee it. It will definitely sell out.
Definitely will.
So, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, me and Joey managed to give you guys about a 15-minute, 20-minute segment on soccer.
Woo.
Jelly,
baby.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and with the jelly taking place, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Zone.
On the greatest radio station, Club Zone.
You had to think about that for a second.
Yeah, because I was going to say show. I was going to say show.
We shall be
right back.